And it was the most rapper-like party for a bunch of rednecks in Mooresville, North Carolina. Michael Waltrip is a friend of mine, and he's a really good friend, spokesman for Aaron's for a long time. He's a great guy, pretty good golfer. And that's the other thing, is that I spent more time playing golf around those parts than I have for the rest of my life. And I still, when I talk to some of those people from that point, I haven't hit a golf ball in years. And they're like, man, we should get together and play. Like, they just assume I still can hit it. We were going to Dover, and Michael had won his first race as a team owner in Sprint Cup, and it was the 600 in Charlotte. I think Coke still sponsors it. It's the longest race in motorsports, besides like the 24 hours at Daytona. It's the longest race that one guy runs by himself. And it was really exciting because Michael I'd had the opportunity to be friends with that guy for a while, and to watch his team overcome adversity and really finally get to a place, like, people just have no idea how hard it is to win at a racetrack that's not restrictor plate. And he did it. I was never prouder of anybody, because I know that at the top level of that competition in stock car racing, it was like, he did it. And he worked really hard to get there, and he put himself out there. The trophy that you get when you win is it has to weigh 500 pounds. It's not 500, it's literally 200. It's no less than 200 pounds. And so we're in his shop that night. We were having a big winner's victory party. For your big wins, you win a Daytona 500 or Talladega or Bristol, you'll have your team will have a party, because you don't get to celebrate as often as you want to unless you're Jimmy Johnson, and that guy has one every third week. And so we're at this bar or restaurant called Red Rocks. But before that, we had, with the trophy, literally trying to pick this thing up so we could take a picture. It was the most pathetic thing you've ever seen, to watch two guys who can't lift a trophy up over their heads. But we just wanted the photo. It was good. But we were there that night, and Michael didn't spare any expense, and Toyota didn't spare any expense. It was a day worth celebrating. Michael was the first guy to jump on with Toyota racing development in NASCAR, and so they owed each other. They were very integral to each other's success. And they had bottles of Cristal, and it was the most rapper-like party for a bunch of rednecks in Mooresville, North Carolina, to sit there and have. But I remember we flew up that afternoon because we were headed to Dover. It was one of the first races that I'd been on with Ken, and so we land in Mooresville or Statesville, one of them. Go to the airport, or get to the airport, go to this party. And we stole bottles of Cristal from the party to take onto the plane, just so we could have photos of us with the bottles of Cristal, and then to go be the guys in a NASCAR race. It was pretty juvenile, but it was, when I look back at it, there's not really that those memories are a long time ago or a short time ago. It's just they're good memories, and they're great stories for anybody. When I watch NASCAR now, and I don't do it as often as I can, you still root for people that are affiliated with teams, and it's not that it's a family. The thing about Formula One or NASCAR or any of them are that those guys travel in the same circus. And I can only imagine how much money guys at other levels spend. Formula One's millions of dollars a weekend. Just, you're going continent to continent, driving essentially an upside down airplane just the shipping and logistics are amazing. But a lot of the guys on pit crews for different ones have been on different series. And I love the names of, there's a guy who drove the tour bus everywhere we went. I don't know his name. His name is Haircut. And friends with him on Facebook. That's his name on Facebook. Another guy's name was Killer. And so Killer drove the hauler from, so as little as you think of NASCAR, most people are like, you go fast and you make left turns. You're not wrong, but you're not 100% right. And to think about, Haircut was, that guy could get you, him and Killer both, because they drove together, could get you anywhere in America. Like you could play the game with them, like drop something on the map and they could get you there. And while I don't know that that's what I want to aspire to, like the knowledge that you have to get to some of these NASCAR tracks are hilarious. But I still think it's really funny because when they come back east or head west on Tuesday or Wednesday, and you're sitting on 75, 85 in Atlanta, and you still see some of these guys coming down from Charlotte all the time, or they're coming back from Talladega or Texas. I still see, and I just remember how much went into it. I've never been in better shape in my life than doing that, but I also never had more fun. It seemed like every NASCAR race was at a casino. It's literally the circus comes to town, and I still see the videos of like Jamie Little on Fox and Shannon Spake when she's doing Big Ten games. I see what some of these people have done since they were doing Dinky NASCAR series, the nationwide series with guys who finished 25th, and you watch them on the sidelines doing huge events, and I'm just like, proud of you. You know, it's cool to watch people be successful. And that's the thing that I think separates NASCAR from everything else.